Orlando, Florida has always been one of the most legendary hosts to Monster Jam events. For over a decade, this incredible city has witnessed some amazing Monster Jam moments, including 2 Monster Jam World Finals right here in this building at Camping World Stadium. And last year, Adam Anderson and his series absolutely tore it up. Will Stadium Championship Series East be able to follow it up tonight? It is a 1-event weekend for this series after an abysmal weekend in Miami. Find out what's going to happen in Camping World Stadium next on Monster Jam.
Hello everybody and welcome.
Hello everybody and welcome. Hello everybody and welcome.
Oh boy! Oh! 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 Oh yeah!
Hello everybody and welcome to Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. And man, I have not been this excited for an event in Florida all year long. Tampa was really disappointing after I had so many high hopes. Miami was very disappointing after high hopes. But Orlando is our last shot until Jacksonville to get us a first great event in the Sunshine State. Let's meet the 12 competitors that will be trying to do so here tonight. It's going to be a very big crowd. Let's meet them. Michael Pagliarulo filling in the Black Pearl truck while Cole Vennard nurses an injury. He's been looking a little bit more comfortable in that truck since taking over. Ryan Dishron and Shaker has had some truck problems bothering him the last couple of weekends. It didn't happen all year long. Hopefully those will get sorted out here in Orlando. Lindsay Reed and the Lucas Stabilizers had a very interesting season. Started off very slow, but as of late, she started to look more like herself, and now in a building in which she's won a World Finals championship in. Matt Pagliarulo in Jester has been really great the last month, really flying under the radar, but I've been appreciating what he's been doing. Tyler Duke in Megalodon is a 2-time Monster Jam World Finals champion, still trying to really get himself a great event under his belt, but does have a couple overall event championships. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, it is his home state, the son of Matt Pagliarulo, still trying to really get a big event under his belt as well, hasn't really had any. John Gordon in Bad Company is having a really nice year, but another guy who's kind of flying under the radar. I'd like to see him pick it up a little bit because I know that he absolutely can. Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco has been a really interesting case this season as well. This entire series is filled with drivers who have really not found their rhythm. This man, though, Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, is having easily the best year of his career. So many wow moments and so impressive out there. Tristan England in the JCB Digatron is still in second place in the point standings, but above that, he has been one of the greatest racers in the sport this year. Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, your series leader, has been unstoppable. Miami was not the greatest for him, but he is still sitting in first place in the point standings. And Blake Granger is here this weekend in Max D, filling in for Colton Eichelberger, his first domestic stadium event of the year. We'll see how he can play out. The trucks are getting themselves parked. Very excited for this event. It is one event in Orlando, Florida. Camping World Stadium is ready to rumble with Monster Jam Racing. Our first race of the night, we have Todd LeDuc in Megalodon and Lindsay Reed in the Lucas Stabilizer. Back to Wayne Avengers Racing here today, and it looks like they officially have changed the track layout on this series, which I find very fascinating. Todd LeDuc is your winner of this race. They seem to have reverted back to an old Stadium Series style of racing, where they start up on top of the pod, drop down, and then go into Chicago-style racing, as Bryce Kenny in the Mohawk Warrior and Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken go head-to-head. Now, I also know the Camping World Stadium was a bit of a more tight confines here, so I don't know if it has something to do with that, but in general, the freestyle track is also different too. Bryce Kenny up on 2 wheels, and Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken takes home a win. It's a pretty big win for Nick Pagliarulo there, and Bryce Kenny's been really good this season in racing, already down in round 1. I'm very intrigued to see if that racing style or if this track style is going to remain for the rest. Oh, he's bumped into Chester. Great. if this is going to remain for the rest of the year, because I honestly, I don't like it as much as I like the track they had running at the beginning of the year. I love the paperclip style. That led to a much more exciting freestyle skills. This track doesn't really allow for that kind of stuff, so not that it's a bad track, it's a good track. It's just not quite the other one. Our next race, we get our first look at Blake Granger and Max D, and we get to see Ryan Disharoon and Shaker, who's running the old school paint job for the weekend. I wonder what reasoning Ryan Disharoon has for changing up the bodies, like if there's a reason for why he does it when he does. Blake Granger right now having a very good race and winning the race. So Blake Granger, his first North American race of the year, his first, I think this is his first event of the year. I don't know for a fact, but still Blake Granger coming out and performing. Got the split Max D body here this weekend, the same one that they ran out in San Antonio. Now our next race, we have Michael Pagliarulo in the Black Pearl, but it doesn't look like the Black Pearl because it's a Steps local partnership body, taking on his father, Matt Pagliarulo, and Jester. So we've got a father-son matchup. We don't get many of these on this series, even though we now have 3 of them. There you get a good look at the staging lights. They're getting themselves ready to go. Michael Pagliarulo is staged, and Matt Pagliarulo is as well. We've got green. Let's get racing here. So it is Black Pearl, though. While it doesn't say Black Pearl anywhere on the truck, it is the Black Pearl truck. That's what it's being labeled as. And while Michael Pagliarulo has a lead right now, taking down his father, he's got to get it done in the final turn, but I think he's going to. Massive lead, and Michael Pagliarulo showing his father how it's done, and Jester really having a lot of problems in this race. He is taken down the young kid. Well, that's going to be a little bit of bragging rights there for Michael Pagliarulo. Michael Pagliarulo as he gets that big win. 18.581 too. Looks pretty fast. It's time for round 2 of the JCB racing competition, and we get a look at the JCB Digatron. Tristan England taking on Tom the Duke and Megalodon. 2 World Finals racing champions. Tristan England, your defending World Finals freestyle champion, who has also been one of the best racers on this series, but he's losing right now. Tom the Duke has a lead. Can he get it done in the turn? Yes, he does. Tristan England out in round 2. Tom the Duke gets it done, and one of the most consistent racers on this series taken down. That's a very big loss there for Tristan England, and a 17.720. Tom the Duke finally looking a little bit like himself today. Next race in the second round, we get to see Bad Company driven by John Gordon and Kraken driven by Nick Pagliarulo. 2 Pagliarulos are here in the second round. That is not an everyday sight. Definitely a welcomed one here today in their home state. However, John Gordon is beating Nick Pagliarulo here in this race. Can he get it done in the final turn? They're both looking pretty tight. It's a close race across the line. It's Bad Company. Kraken not able to get it done, but he was close. Certainly made up some ground, but not enough for him to win the race and move along. John Gordon does have a racing win this season. He's been really, really fast, but this is a different kind of track. There's a little bit of a different approach that you have to take when you go into this racing track, because it's very different. Now this is the kind of battle I'm looking for. Here we go. We've got the Battle of the Titans. In the blue lane, Tyler Menninga, your series leader in Gravedigger. And in the gray lane, filling in for the weekend, it is Blake Granger in Max D, and a tall task for Blake Granger here in round 2. Only his second race of the season in a stadium, and he has got to try and take down the series leader. Tyler Menninga looked fast last weekend in Miami. Oh no, Blake Granger overdoes it, and he is over. Well, he's back on all 4s, but his race is going to be done. Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, the winner of that race. Why do they shut him off? Max D is all the way in the corner. He didn't impede the race lane, and okay, you have to say that, but there was no impeding of the racing lane. So Max D trying a little bit too hard there. He's taken down. Now our next race is Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco and Michael Pagliarulo in the Steps Black Pearl. Can the Pagliarulo name stay alive and move on to the semifinals? He's going to have to take down Jamie Garner to do so. Technically 2 teammates at the moment. And Michael Pagliarulo looking good in racing tonight. He's been looking good in racing since getting in this Black Pearl truck. Jamie Garner makes up ground but overdoes it in the turn. Michael Pagliarulo is off to the semifinals. And he's able to keep it on all 4s and save himself from trouble. The Pagliarulo name lives on here in Orlando. Very good race there, and Very good time, 18.2. Very solid now. He's going to have to pick that up just a little bit more. It's time for the semifinals. John Gordon and Bad Company and Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. Two guys looking good tonight, but Todd LeDuc has looked very fast and coming really out of nowhere. He has really got a tie right now as we go into the final turn. Who's going to get it done? They both look good. LeDuc cuts the turn very well. So does Bad Company. It's a photo finish. I'm going to say Megalodon, but I don't know. That was a really close race. Both guys absolutely dialed in that race, but one of them is going on, and it is Todd LeDuc. Megalodon, and what a race he had. 17.495. He is looking so fast tonight. Now the winner of this race will go to the final round as well. Will it be Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, or will Michael Pagliarulo and the Black Pearl continue the magic for him tonight? It's a close race. Pagliarulo hanging in there. Can he secure the deal? It's going to be close. Around the final turn, and it is Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger getting it done, but Michael Pagliarulo, a valiant effort tonight. The Pagliarulo name in honor, but Tyler Menninga with one of the fastest passes ever, 17.016, will get it done. Easily the fastest time of the night. So now there's only two left. Two Monster Jam drivers out of the 12 are now battling in the final race of the night. One of them will be your winner. The other one will take home 11 points out of the possible 12 in this competition. Who will it be? In the right lane, the blue lane, a one-time World Finals champion in the two-wheel skills competition last year, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. And in the left lane, a two-time World Finals champion who is looking faster tonight than he has all year, it's Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. We're in for a really good final round, and we have green. Let's crown a winner in Orlando. Two really stellar racers who have a rich history racing in Monster Jam. They are dead even going to the final turn, and in a shorter track, it's going to be a really close race. Tyler seems to have an edge. He hits the jump first, he crosses the line first, and Gravedigger's done it again. Tyler Menninga staying fast, cutting those corners beautifully, and just another win for Tyler Menninga. Yet again, here in Camping World Stadium, this man is the first winner of the night and has picked up 12 points on the road to that overall event championship. It's time for the skills challenge, and Lindsay Reed and the Lucas Stabilizer already has attempted a donut. No, you don't get to do two donuts. Once you attempt one, you're done. So that's disqualified already. We've already started ourselves off with the disqualification. And she's up on two wheels again. A very wild donut for Stabilizer and a very wild start to the skills challenge. You could either do one donut or two moves on two wheels in this competition. And a 5.178 is the score for Lindsay Reed. And a second competitor in this competition coming out a little earlier than what he's normally seeing here in this competition. It's Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. He's going to put it on the front two wheels, walking a stoppie. Bryce Kenny had a really awesome move in Miami off the backflip ramp on Sunday afternoon. He had a really stellar save. Didn't win, but who cares? The Miami fans didn't get anything right last weekend scoring-wise. Very good, and he's able to keep it on the front two wheels there a little bit longer than he probably could have if he had set it down. So solid. Now he's going to try and hit the backflip ramp. It's always a risky move, but he plays it very well. Requires some precision driving and a very, very light foot, and he is doing a great job. Look at the control from Bryce Kenny. Very good move, and that is one of the best ones you will see. The fans very, very happy about that run, and coming out second, obviously, it's going to be tough to get a super high score, but we'll see what the fans give it. Typically, Orlando fans pretty good. Looks like we got a sold-out crowd, too. And an 8.641, pretty fair number. Could have been higher, but again, it's your second competitor out. Look at this crowd, though, man. It looks like we got a sold-out house here in Camping World Stadium, except for the upper deck, but no one expects that to be full. Very, very nice. I mean, Camping World Stadium, Orlando, Florida, this place has hosted some iconic Monster Jam events in the past, so let's see if we can get another one tonight. Ryan Dishroon and Shaker's got a reverse popper going. He's now got it on the wheelie. Very, very smooth. And he also doesn't have that extra ramp there to slow him down, so he gets a wheelie out of it after. Love that. He doesn't do a second move, though, so it's a 4.861. That's too bad.
Tristan England, JCB Tigatron up next.
Thanks, co-host Wayne. Appreciate it. Here's Tristan England, as Wayne already said. got knocked out in the second round of racing tonight, so he's coming out a little early here in this competition, but gives him an opportunity to really get a lot of points. The fans looking on, admiring the work of one of the best two-wheel skills drivers in the world. And he has got himself another very, very good move working. He will set it down. He was trying to get the wheelie, but he hit the gas a little too late. So for him, that's going to be his first move, a little bit shorter than what he would have liked. Now he's going for the step up. There's a nice lip on the step up, so he can get a nice move walking off of it. And he is certainly doing just that. Let's see how far he can walk it. Tristan England has competed in this building before, and man, oh man, these fans they've only seen him really much competing in some big-time skills competitions. Yes, he's been a World Finals contender here as well, but he is showing up in the skills competition today. Very solid. I'm going to give the edge to Bryce Kenny because I really like that second move a lot, but I have no problem with Tristan England taking the lead here if he does so. And it's second place, 8.561. Hey, you know, I don't disagree with that. I'm actually perfectly fine with that. I really, really think that that's a good number, and I'm not upset about it. So here's Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken attempting a bicycle, but a failed bicycle. That, unfortunately, one move will already be in the books. While he will attempt his second one, whatever that will be. He's going to have to make it a good one. And the fans have shown that they are much better scorers than they had in Miami. Got a little slap wheelie out of it, but for him, well, Kraken could have been a little bit better. Let's see what the score is for Kraken, if we'll see the score at all. 3.209. Woo-wee. That's a low one, but I mean, he really didn't do much of anything. These fans in Orlando, I give them a lot of credit. I really do. I think they're pretty good fans. Here's Max D, driven by Blake Granger now. I'm excited to see what Blake Granger can do, because Blake Granger is a guy who really is good at the two-wheel skills moves. He's done a lot of them in the international events. Moonwalking it up and over. He can't combo it, though. That could have been way cooler than it was. Now he goes for move number 2. Got it onto the stoppie. Very, very solid, and Blake Granger showing off his skills. He's really not gotten a shot at the stadium level in the United States, putting it all the way back. Whoa! Very good move. Blake Granger was airborne on the moonwalk, and I like that. It could have been way cooler if he did something a little bit more, but still really, really awesome move. And I like that from Blake Granger, taking the risk. It pays off. Will it pay off with a new leader? It should be close. I mean, I'd give probably an edge to Mohawk Warrior, and it ends up being an 8.023. I don't entirely disagree with that. I mean, the fans are so far getting it right tonight. Definitely okay with that. Very, very happy with the results we've seen so far. Here's Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco, reverse popper, but nothing else. I will say, after last weekend in Miami, it's very nice to see the fans getting the scores correct this weekend. Very nice second move for El Toro Loco, but that first one is going to hold him back scoring-wise, and I don't think he's going to get a really good number because of it, but still a valiant effort from El Toro Loco. I like seeing Jamie Garner trying different stuff. It's a 7.182. Got the recovery team out there. Looks like some El Toro Loco fiberglass fell off during that run, and that's probably why the Monster Jam safety official's out there. I don't know who that is. I mean, I probably know who it is, but I don't know who it is. It's time for Jester. Matt Pagliarulo ready to rock, hoping that he can grab himself a big number here in the skills competition. He hits that a little bit awkwardly, and that's going to prevent him from getting a slap wheelie out of it. He couldn't really hit it straight because he clipped another ramp before hitting the jammer, so bit of bad luck for Jester on the first move. But he's got one left. Going for a popper. I like that. The stoppie. He couldn't get it in reverse, though. Too bad. Bit of a disappointing run for the team tomfoolery leader, Matt Pagliarulo. But we all know Matt Pagliarulo is here to freestyle, and a 4.273 in skills is not going to ruin his day. And here's John Gordon, Bad Company. We don't have many competitors left. He's got a bicycle going. He's a little bit crooked there. He's able to get it on all fours. That was almost bad, but good driving.
Save from John Gordon.
Now John Gordon going for a stoppie. That beautiful Bad Company paint job absolutely glistening in the lights of Camping World Stadium. And a very good stoppie from John Gordon. I've got to say, John Gordon really executing this move well, and it's not a move he's done a lot this season. And now he'll combo it into the wheelie. Look at that from John Gordon. Can he combo it again? No, but still, really solid move. And John Gordon and Bad Company came out with some thunder on that second move, and the first move was pretty good too. I don't know if I'd give it your new leader, but still, and it's just 8.605. I'd gotta say, these scores are really fair. I'm very happy with these scores today. Here's Michael Pagliarulo in the Black Pearl. Oh, there it says Black Pearl, but the truck shut itself off in the middle of that move, and well, that beautiful Black Pearl steps body is crushed. Too bad, and that truck is turtled. Unfortunately, the truck just decided it wasn't going to keep its fire anymore, and, well, he's going to have to get that body all tightened up for freestyle or taken off, but a 5.243. Fans enjoyed the little rollover. The runner-up in the racing competition is next. It's Todd the Duke and Megalodon going for a bicycle, something he's done pretty much every time out. Ooh, he hits that ramp and it interferes with him really getting a long bicycle. He's going to try it again from the same racing lane. Very interesting. Oh my! Nice move! Had it on one wheel for a moment. Todd the Duke showing off his skills. Well, it shouldn't be your new leader because that second move, while yes, it was great, the first one wasn't quite there. Okay, well, now we've lost it. 9.337. That's your new leader, and that is... I don't like that. I mean, the scores were so fair until then. I mean, yes, that was the best move of the night, realistically, but here's Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Got it into the moonwalk. Bicycle the moonwalk from Tyler Menninga. He tries something new every day. Oh, and he's just going to throw it into a wheelie, of course, because that's so easy to do. Tyler Menninga, so good at what he does. He's still got another move left, and obviously that's the best move we've had tonight. Let's see what he does for the second one. Got another bicycle. He's on the right sidewall. He's going to, of course, put it on the left side, and we'll set it down there. Very good run. That's your new best run of the night, of course. Will it be enough to take the lead is the question. I'm obviously a little bit scared after that last score from Megalodon, but it's enough! They did it correctly. Congratulations, Orlando. We've restored a little bit of sanity scoring-wise. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, your winner in skills. Very well deserved as well, and I'm very happy about that. The next competition will be Monster Jam Freestyle, but before we get there, we're going to have a bit of an advertisement on how you can become a channel member for the Arizona Motorsports Junkie. Do you want to get early access to every single video that I post here on this channel? Well, you can. If you join today and become a member of the Arizona Motorsports Junkie Early Access Fan Club, you can get access instantly to every single video that I post. Skip the lines, watch commentaries 2 to 3 days in advance. You can join today by clicking the link in the description or by clicking the little join button at the top of my home screen. Head on over and join today. The lights in Camping World Stadium are dim and the fans got their flashlights on. That means it's time for the final competition of the night, Monster Jam Freestyle. And your defending World Finals Racing Champion, Tristan England, in the JCB Digatron, is going to kick it off with the same move that he's done to start off most of his freestyles this year, a slap wheelie. Tristan England coming out first in freestyle, bit of a rarity for him, not something he's used to. Last weekend in Miami, the truck did not really do very well for him at a low number. Now he's coming out number 1. Let's see how the fans will react to your first freestyler of the night. Now the problem for Tristan is he was really getting into a roll in freestyle a lot, really a couple weekends ago. Started really in Indianapolis about over a month ago, but the last few weekends things have cooled down for him a little bit. He's not really been tearing it up as much as he was in Indy. That's some nice air. Big leap. Oh boy, weird landing. Okay, still going. Good driving. All that was a little bit of patience. Sometimes that's what you need. Oh, a little bit of patience there too. Track's going to kick you up a little bit. Now he's going to send it again. JCB Digatron getting a little bit of elevation in this run. Oh my, this dirt is really tacky. Trying to save it again. Man, oh man, you got to be careful in those corners. Can't be carrying too much speed because it looks like it's going to sling you over. He's certainly learning from that on that turn. Well, it's a good little test for the remainder of the drivers here to show that this track is a little tacky. If you go a little too hard, you'll be flipping over. Tristan England a little short. He breaks a tie rod. He's going to be done right there. Lands the backflip, but unfortunately couldn't do it very cleanly. His run comes to an end right there. Tough break for Tristan England, and you know he wanted to keep going there, but back-to-back disappointing weekends in freestyle for Tristan. And man, and really disappointing stretch for Tristan after he got so close to the top of the point standings. Now he's got to get himself really even closer by picking it up in the next couple weekends. 8.856, a bit of a high number there, but it is the first freestyle and backflip of the night, but could have been worse, could have been way worse. Looks like they're just going to push him into the corner there, so the tight confines in Orlando are going to get a little bit tighter. Next freestyle competitor is Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Rearing back and letting it air out on the first move of the night. This series, coming off of that just poor weekend in Miami, really hasn't had anything good happen to them in a while. I mean, Minneapolis was good. We had some good events in Minneapolis, but before that, it was really Indianapolis. Things have really not been going swell for this series lately, but Kraken gonna air it out, trying, oh my! Breaks the back left wheel off. Well, he came up a little short. His run is also going to be coming up a little short, too. He won't get a score, but at least he got a little wow moment at the end. You know the fans are going to be a little disappointed that they can't be scoring that because it was pretty cool. Nick's going to assess the damage. It's like, oh boy, that's that's going to be a long night. And, well, that Kraken truck has given him problems all year and given his brother problems all year. So, well, now he kind of gave it a little bit of a taste of its own medicine, saying, hey, you want to ruin my season? I'm going to ruin you. Wow, look at the smoke coming out of El Toro Loco with the hood not there. The tips that release the smoke, really not in any particular spot. I've just been waiting to have something great happen on this series, and it's been weeks. I mean, last weekend in Miami was such a drag. It was just awful, and now really had nothing happen in Orlando either. But there's still a ton of time left in freestyle for that to turn around. This series was the Wow Moment series for a little while there, but Stadium Championship Series West has been stealing the show pretty much every time out. Nice air from El Toro Loco. That's some big air. I like to see that. Good to see Jamie Garner starting to air it out a little bit. Got to be careful making those turns like that. After what happened last night on the commentary from, where was it? I don't even remember where the commentary was yesterday, and I literally recorded it last night. I'll remember eventually. Camden Murphy did that wild move, and then did another wild move, and then did another wild move, and then did another wild move. The greatest 60 seconds in Monster Jam history, and it happened in Arlington, Texas. Haha, that's where it was. I remember. But tonight in Orlando, we just haven't really had anything yet. But again, Camden Murphy's run, well, I don't remember when it happened, but still, you never know when the big moment's going to happen. Sometimes it'll come in the 12th competitor out after a terrible freestyle. You just don't know. Might never come at all. You might get 12 competitors doing wild moments. That's the greatest part about Monster Jam. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be watching Monster Jam. That's why I started doing the commentaries in the first place, was so that I could watch all the events that were happening and get really knowledgeable on what's going on. Nice leap from El Toro Loco as he will lock up those brakes. Be careful over there. Don't want to be tapping any trucks. We know that'll end your run instantly if you give him a little kith. Not much going in this run for El Toro Loco, though. I mean, that's it. Wow. That really wasn't much of anything. That was a really disappointing freestyle, and that's a 6.484. I'd probably agree. I don't think I'd give it much more than that. Your next competitor is Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Now I've got to reset my brain here and get ready for what could be that incredible freestyle of the night, because Tyler Menninga has always been that guy. He's already airing it out over the racing lane. Not used to him coming out so early because Had a disappointing run last weekend, but not today so far. Getting some big air in just a couple of jumps here at Camping World Stadium. No, don't flip her over, Tyler. Thank you. Nice air, nosediving it into the middle. Gotta be careful with that step up over there. You gotta drive pretty well. He's able to do so. Good driving from Tyler Menninga. There's no car stack anymore to get you that big leaps. Get you those big leaps that Tyler had really been utilizing early on in the season, or really kind of towards the middle part of the season. Nice combo. I love that Tyler does that. Now that step up's still in the way. It's kind of why I don't like the step up being there. It really interferes with everything. It did that a lot in Miami too. Oh my! That's some huge air over the racing lane. He loves to use those racing lanes as launch pads and works very, very well. Here he goes to try the backflip. Can he land it cleanly after Tristan England could not? Yes, he does. He's got a little moonwalk out of it. Last week he had that awesome moonwalk in Miami. Oh yeah, gonna send it into the center again. Again, the step up coming into play. It flips him over. Oh, but he saves it! Good move from Tyler Menninga. Put in a bad spot and he's able to keep going. What a job of driving from Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga really displaying everything here. He's flipping over again, and he saved it again in the same spot. Tyler Menninga does exactly the same move twice. His run is over, and there's your wow moment of the day. Heck yeah! Finally! The monkey is off the back of this series to have something good happen. That step up, man, I told you, it's in a horrible spot, and it's going to flip over a lot of drivers, but Tyler Menninga said, not me, and I'm going to get a big number at a 9.634. Tyler Menninga has all but secured the freestyle win here today, and well, I think it was deserved. Here's a freestyle I'm happy to see. It's Blake Granger and Max D, your next competitor out. Gonna combo it up already on the first move. Look at Blake Granger. Blake Granger, like I said earlier, has never really gotten the chance to show off at the stadium level in the United States. He's driven in a ton of stadiums internationally, and in the U.S., mainly an arena driver. This guy has some talent. I've always been singing the praises of Blake Granger, and now we get to see what he could do, not only at a stadium level, but on a pretty big stage in Orlando, and he's already got two very good combos in his run. I would love nothing more than to see Blake Granger get more United States shows. I would love to see him on a series, but we obviously can't guarantee that that'll happen. He's turned into really an international driver like Charlie Pauken has. Nice bit of driving to not flip over there. Nice air, and you know that Blake Granger really wants to make the most of it. He's flipping her over, and he's got a save! Making the most of it, but now he's locked a planetary. That back right not moving at all, that's going to really hinder his performance, but you know he's going to try and give it everything he has. This might be his last chance to drive in a stadium here in the United States. He's unlocked the planetary, so now that's going to help him out. He still has no power back there, but at least he's not just having that wheel dragging on the ground, but look at him just throttling it out. Blake Granger really is having a blast here in Orlando. Look at the way he's driving. Driving like he's a veteran out here. Oh, he's on one wheel on that right side because that back right has no power. He's been flipped. He's been shut off as he flips over. Very good run from Blake Granger, and what a time he had in Orlando. Well, he didn't really have the results he would have wanted to have, but he's still got a wow moment in there, and a wow moment that'll probably last for the rest of his year. I'm sure he's thrilled about it. There he is out of the truck. Give it up for Blake Granger. Very, very proud of him. Very happy to see him tearing it up at the stadium level. Maybe we'll get some more Blake Granger this year. Who knows? But filling in for Colton Eichelberger this weekend, who's filling in for Tom Mentz, of course. And Blake Granger coming out and doing pretty well. He does the Max D name well. But what will the score be? I don't think it's going to be your new leader. It shouldn't be. 7.449 is pretty fair, I have to say, for the run that he put down there. That is a very fair number, and Blake Granger will settle with that, and that will end off his weekend in Orlando. Hopefully we will see him again. Your next competitor, Michael Pagliarulo, Black Pearl. You wouldn't know it's Black Pearl because it doesn't have Black Pearl anywhere but on the roof. just says steps, and that's a thing that Jamie Garner always gets when it comes down to Orlando. Nice air! Michael Pagliarulo, since being put in this Black Pearl truck, has really been shining. When he was in Kraken, we didn't get to see him do really anything good. The truck was just so disappointing for him, and he never really got to drive as hard as he wants. But in this Black Pearl truck, Michael Pagliarulo's looking like a seasoned veteran. At the very least, he's got no fear. I mean, this kid has some potential. I'll tell you what, Matt Pagliarulo gave birth to two very talented monster truck drivers, and I'll tell you what, Michael Pagliarulo might have a very bright future ahead of him. Nice leap. I mean, this kid's only in his really first full year of driving. He hasn't really driven that much anyway, and he's out here outperforming so many people. Look at that air! Michael Pagliarulo taking the Black Pearl to new heights, showing up on the Orlando Airport radar. I don't throw that out for everybody, but Michael Pagliarulo is earning it. He is getting an air assault. The drivers and the crew chiefs are loving it, as they should. This kid is showing off. He is fearless out here and finally getting to put down a freestyle run that I've been trying to think he can get. The last couple weekends in Black Pearl, you saw in the first weekend he felt pretty good in the truck, and look at the slat wheelie. Last weekend he was trying to get some sort of rhythm going, never really could. And now this weekend, Orlando, one event, and man oh man, he is using every bit of these 2 minutes. What a run from Michael Pagliarulo, and I am so thrilled about it. The future is bright for this kid, and I'll tell you right now, it is going to start very soon. Look at him. Not even, he looks unfazed. He's like, yeah, whatever, that was a good run. Kid, you just threw down the best run of the night without a backflip, aside from the wow moments from Tyler Menninga. That was a stellar run. Well, look, there's Angelina Knock. Here's Ryan Disharoon and Shaker, your next competitor here in Monster Jam Freestyle. He is already starting off with some nice air. I mean, Michael Pagliarulo came out, really did a good job. Very, very proud of him, and I gotta say, man, he's gonna be a good competitor. Look at that air from Shaker. Oh no, he almost flipped it over. Good save from Shaker. That could have been really bad for Ryan Disharoon. Nice air again. Now Ryan Disharoon and Shaker having to follow what Michael Pagliarulo did, and well, also what Tyler Menninga did early on in the night. Pretty difficult to do, but look at that air! Wow! Well, Ryan Disharoon letting some of the frustration out from the last few weekends. The truck has not been cooperating with him very well. Very, very good to see him coming out here in Orlando. The truck functioning, and so far got a good freestyle going. Nice air again. It's really, really good to see Ryan Disharoon kind of getting back into form here. The truck put him in a bit of a rut the last few weekends, and now, well, he's got himself looking a little bit better. Nice air again. We don't really have any backflips tonight. Only 2 people have even attempted it, and of course, the second I say that, he's going for the backflip. He is really short and broken very heavily. Whew. I agree with that, Wayne. That was a violent landing, but he's okay. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Ryan Disharoon's all right. Get him out of the truck. It's a 7.580. Pretty fair. Thank you, co-host Blake Ranger. Your next competitor is the 2019 World Finals Freestyle Champion right here in this building, Lindsay Reed in the Lucas Stabilizer. I have to imagine this is the first time Lindsay Reed is back in this building since 2019 when she won that championship. I'm 99.999% positive she is not. Like, I am certain she is not. I don't want to say it 1,000% certain, but I feel very confident that she has not been in this building since she won that World Finals Championship back in 2019. Did one of the cooler moves in World Finals history. Did a nice little cartwheel in the Scooby-Doo truck and secured her World Finals Championship. Now here she is returning 5 years later. Should she be going for the backflip already? No. Looked like she was lining up for some big air, and she is. Very nice to see Lindsay Reed these last few weekends looking a little bit more comfortable in the truck, finally putting down better freestyles, which is always a good sign. Nobody wants to see a driver struggling to get rhythm for a long time, and it took her about 2 months, but she's really finally got it settled in. Not 2 months, about a month and some change. I said 2 months, and we've only been driving for about 2 months on this series, so she goes to the backflip. Another one coming up a little short on it, and another broken tie rod. Well, that backflip ramp really not giving anyone a good over-rotation, which is causing a lot of freestyles to end way too soon tonight. The only driver to land the backflip has been Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, and he's your current leader in freestyle. Lindsay Reed, though, unable to get it done. Here's John Gordon and Bad Company. There's not many competitors left. Just thinking off the top of my head, we still have Bad Company, we still have Jester, Megalodon, Mohawk Warrior. But we're still really through the thick of this freestyle order here. We've already got pretty much all the heavy hitters out of the way too, but John Gordon, Bryce Kenny, Todd the Duke, and Matt Pagliarulo all can deliver some really good freestyles as well. But the Max D's and Gravediggers are done. That was a not very nice landing. Too bad, and John Gordon unlucky, and I think that ramp wasn't really designed very well for this weekend. We've seen a lot of drivers come up a little bit too short on that, and it's cost them their runs a little too soon. We saw just a couple of runs earlier. I believe the Kraken truck had something similar happen on the other side. So, we've had a lot of drivers come up a little too short. Here's Matt Pagliarulo and Jester going to combo up his first move into a second. Someone else did flip over off of that. I can't remember who it was. I told you, my short-term memory for Monster Jam, gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Matt Pagliarulo, it is a hometown event for him, the home state of Florida. It's the third event, or the third weekend that this series has had in Florida this year. It's Stadium Championship Series East, so they get all those Florida dates. They'll be in Jacksonville next weekend. Matt Pagliarulo, I'm sure, is excited to get there. I also did find out that this is a different shade of red, so I was correct in my analysis last weekend of the paint job. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Monster Jam started this thing this past weekend. At the final minute of your freestyle is called the Monster Minute. Going for the backflip. There you go, he landed it well. He's like, guys, what's the problem with the backflip? I just did it perfectly. So yeah, for the new, I think it's the upcoming Godzilla movie, they're sponsoring Monster Jam, and the last minute is now called the Monster Minute. Got a big graphic on the video board too, and now the hosts have to do a read for it apparently in the middle of the run. That's exciting. Well, Matt Pagliarulo having a okay freestyle. He had the backflip in there, which was cool. I'd like to see him get something cool at the end, though. Oh, that'll work! Oh my gosh! Look at that air from Jester! Turning into an airplane. Matt Pagliarulo. That was really nice. Good for Matt Pagliarulo. To give it one more jump. Oh boy! Now Jester is going to end on its lid. Thank you, co-host Wayne. He did almost bring it home clean, but unfortunately that last move costs him the chance to bring it home clean, and now they got to do another recovery as poor Marty up there going, oh my gosh, we got to do another recovery. Here we go. Oh, we're doing a finish the lyric. That's always exciting. next competitor, Bryce Kenny, in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny coming off of a decent weekend in Miami. One of the few drivers last weekend who actually had some success in Miami. Nick Pagliarulo, another one. When I say success, he didn't have any wins or anything or good scores. He competed well and did good things, and the fans didn't reward him. Oh yeah, that's big air. Mohawk Warrior. I have been singing the praises of Bryce Kenny every single weekend, and it's for good reason. I mean, the stuff he's been doing this year is incredible. He's really turned into a new man out there. That's a big move and a very nice leap. It is so good to see Bryce Kenny really doing awesome out here. He loves getting the big air. He's had so many wow moments this season. At the end of the year, we're going to look back and go, holy cow, some of the best moments of the year. There's like 10 of them coming from Bryce Kenny. And the other thing is, there's still plenty of time left on this series. There's the World Finals. Then there's also the events that happen after the World Finals, all those summer shows. Bryce Kenny can add so many more. And heck, maybe he'll even add one in here into this freestyle run. He's already got that big jump, but I want to see him get one of those crazy wow moments that he's been getting all year. He really wants to get that combo, I can tell. He gets a combo in one way or another, but not the way he was hoping. He's trying to get that little combo into the stoppie on top of the pod. It's really not working for him in this run, but it's still looking good. It is something that has ended up hurting Bryce Kenny a little bit this year. He's had a couple of these runs this season where he tries to get that combo. It doesn't work, so it disrupts his momentum, lowers his score. Going for the backflip. He over-rotates it. That was a hard landing in the backside, but thankfully the shocks are okay. That really could have popped all those shocks out there and ended his run, but it doesn't. Oh, he slings it over! Oh, dear. That is not good. He probably could have saved it if they let him keep running, but
I feel like that was savable.
I agree. That definitely felt savable. It's also in the middle of the track, so I don't necessarily agree with that. 7.957. Bryce Kenny's run ends a little bit earlier. Yeah, Matt Pagliarulo. I love that the drivers on this series are doing this stuff. I don't know whose idea it was, but it's been really, really cool. It's working very, very well. And it is time for your final competitor tonight, Todd the Duke and Megalodon. Todd the Duke has a bit of a tall task here to really try and end freestyle the right way. It's been a bit of a disappointing freestyle competition, continuing the events that have really just been I mean, Florida has always had the greatest events for Monster Jam. Always. It's always been a thing. Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville. They always have the greatest events. Tampa's 2 events were horrible. Miami's 2 events were somehow even worse. And Orlando really been a stinker too. So Todd the Duke is really, a lot is riding on him here. Tyler Menninger's run was fantastic. He had those awesome saves. It happened so long ago, though, that Todd's really got to end the show with a bang, or these fans are probably going to walk out of here disappointed. Trying to make the Megalodon fans happy, and, well, if anyone can do it, it's Todd the Duke, a 2-time World Finals champion. He has a World Finals Freestyle Championship under his belt, but the problem is, this season, it just hasn't been happening for Todd. It's been a way more laid-back kind of year for Todd the Duke, but that bicycle, not laid back, he walks that all the way around half the track. I just don't know what it is for Todd the Duke, but I mean, he's basically rolling over the jumps. I don't know why he's doing it, but this is a guy who was once the best freestyler in the sport, in the top 3 most exciting drivers to watch, and it's just not happening this year. I don't know why. Going for the backflip. Oh, he's short. Oh my! Can he get a save out of it? No. Landed a little too hard on the nose. They RII'd him. Why did they hit the RII? He probably could have tried to save it, but they took away every chance for that to be possible, and his run is over right there, and he's going to flop right out of the truck like the fish just flopped on the ground. Todd the Duke, nice little fist bump. I don't think it's going to be your winner, as it shouldn't. And it's an 8.318. That'll place him in 3rd place. So, well, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, your freestyle winner here today. And, well, I didn't think anyone else is going to be able to overtake him anyway, so I have no problem with that. Very solid from Tyler, and he continues to win. The man just keeps on winning. And there is really a lot to be said about that. He has won all 3 competitions today, a complete sweep here in Orlando for Team Gravedigger, and that'll wrap up the commentary. Let's take a look at what's to come on the upcoming commentary schedule. Next weekend, we will go to Jacksonville, the final Florida event of 2024 on the Stadium Series, which it is the last chance for Florida to get a good event in 2024. I never thought I'd be saying that, but with one event left in the Sunshine State, there has still not been a single event worth writing home about. Jacksonville has always been a stellar one. Maybe they can get it done. And then we've got 2 events for Stadium Championship Series West in El Paso. Everybody loves El Paso. I love El Paso. And that series has been the Wow Factor series, so I fully anticipate that that series is going to have fun in El Paso. We need this series to get back on track, though. It's time to pick things up, guys. The last few weekends have been pretty disappointing, but Stadium Championship Series West, they're delivering. Then you look at the bottom, we have a newcomer down there. Syracuse is at the bottom of that. And again, if you didn't hear me talk about it in last night's commentary, make sure you go and watch the end of last night's commentary where I explain what the deal is going to be with commentaries in 2024 when there are no 2024 stadium events going on. You have to watch last night's video to be able to hear more about that. I went really far into detail on what I'm going to be doing, what kind of things will be on the channel during that time. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next weekend on Monster Jam. Have a good one.